Hey, what's going on? It's going to be a range report on a couple of guns I shot a few weekends ago. I didn't bother doing any kind of shooting footage because I just didn't feel like taking out the camera, and it was only just a couple of guns anyway. And you've seen me shoot other high powers and my SIG, so it really wasn't much point. But let's start off with this is my Mark II high power I picked up. I bought it. It's an ex-Israeli, I guess an Israeli surplus gun I got from, I think it's Cold Distributing, out of Kentucky. Yeah, you can see it's got a lot of character wear on it, but it's in overall, I mean, it was pretty dirty when I first got it. I replaced all the springs that I could besides the main spring or hammer spring. Put a new recoil spring, magazine release, and all that good stuff. And I put, I want to say, probably a little less than 100 rounds through it, mostly that Remington target ammo with a nickel case, and I think one magazine of Remington Golden Saber too. I think plus P stuff. So, but I don't plan on putting a lot of plus P through it, so it should be fine. And this is another high power I picked up. This is you see, it's an FEG high power clone. Now it's pretty close to the real clone, except for the slide release here. You can see the notch is a little different. This is kind of like a second generation, I think I want to say. And I'd actually saw this for sale on my Florida Gun Trader, where local people do a gun sale. They got it set up for different regions in Florida. But I was already in the process of buying that Mark II, so I kind of passed on it. And I think he had it started at like $300. Nobody bought it, and then he went down to, I think, $250. And I was really interested, but I was already in the process of buying this. I was like, well, can't really do it. Then he went down to $225. So I said, oh, well, I'll pay you $250 if you meet me halfway to kind of cover gas. And it came with a different pair of grips. These are Mark II grips I had lying around, and it came with kind of a no-name magazine, a 20-round magazine, even a box of Wolf ammo. So that's not bad for $250. I've seen them go for a lot higher on Gunbroker. I mean, while the finish is better than that FN I got, I mean, the overall fit is probably not as good, but the finish is definitely a lot better. It got a nice blued finish, and it does have 3-dot sights, and it ran good too. I didn't put just a couple magazines through it. Alright, next up is this SIG. I have a shooting video of this up already, even though I don't get that many views out of it, but just put up most of that Gila ammo through it. But that was about it. But yeah, now I'm gonna get on with the. Also, I should point out, I hadn't shot in like several months. I just slacked off, man, because with the election, I didn't know how everything was gonna turn out, and everything else was having the way the ammo's been. So I kind of just slacked off with my shooting. My shooting was absolute shit for the most part. So I got to get back and get a little more practice in than I have been. But let's get on with the rifles. Alright, the ARs. This my A4 rifle build. It shot great. Didn't have any complaints out of it. It didn't even take much sighting in on it and everything. I did actually mess up on this build. The upper receiver I bought has M4 cuts, but of course my barrel is has a rifle extension, so it doesn't really match up. But it kind of worried me at first, but the M4 cuts are so shallow on it, it didn't really have to pose a problem or anything. So I'd plan on maybe buying another receiver, a flat top that didn't have the M4 cuts. But the way things are now, I wouldn't be able to get one. So I'm just got to just keep shooting like it is. It hadn't given me any problems. So, but this damn thing. The first magazine I was sighting in, it was fine. I think I put a few rounds, like about 5 or 10 rounds getting sighted in, and then shot the other 10 rounds out of the magazine. And then I had one of these loaded up with PMC X-Tac, and it kept failing to feed. And let me show you these bolt carriage groups before I got them out. Notice all the brass shavings on that bolt face right there. I mean, it was just eating them up, and I would shoot a few rounds and it would fail to feed. You can see. Focus, you bitch. Notice the little chunks. This is the brass that fell to feed. I just ejected them out. You see this one? You see that one right there? So I think the extractor is too tight on it. So I got a bolt upgrade kit, so I'm gonna try it and see if that'll do it. I mean, I've seen brass shavings a little bit on some of mine sometimes, but nothing that bad. I mean, you see this one, I ended up having to just use this bolt carrier group in it to even shoot it. I just said fuck it, I couldn't deal with it. I had to use this one. This one actually came out of my M4. I bought a new bolt carrier group in it, which I'm kind of nervous about it, so I probably need to put this one back in since I know this thing works. So yeah, also you can see I changed the furniture out on it. I already had the black MOE handguard, but I kind of wanted to break it up because just to change the color up. And this one looks kind of plain anyway, being all black. So I bought this as the foliage green kit. I bought this from Bravo Company, and then they were real quick with the shipping, even though they said it'd be a couple weeks. They shipped it out like in a day or two. And that's the MOE Plus script, which I really like, and it's just the basic MOE stock. I could have went with the CTR, but I figured I'd just cheap out and got that. But I mean, it shot good and everything, but just I had to switch damn bolt carrier groups out of it, which kind of pissed me off. But so I got to see what I can do about fixing that, so I ain't got to worry about that crap anymore. But okay, on to one more rifle. Alright, the M1A. A couple guys on here already know about it, 'cause I did just a quick video, but I didn't know it was towards the end of the year of last year. I didn't know how things were going to turn out, so but I shot this. I put I think either 40 or 60 rounds. I went pretty a lot on, because I mean 7.62 51, it's not the cheapest. I'm pretty sure I put 2 magazines through this. This is the Magtech M80 ball, and also some of this old South African stuff that I still got. I got a few more rounds of this, but it's probably what I mostly plink with until I shoot all of it up. Then I have to start shooting the good stuff. Of course, this stuff is reloadable, and I got it at a good price at the time, so it kind of worked out. And I was able to find some magazines. They're not near as bad as AR mag, but people are still buying them up quite a bit. And this is actually not the of course it did not come with this original stock. This is not the original stock. It had a wood stock, but I figure this I can break if I end up dropping it or mishandling it, I ain't got to worry about it messing up. So keep the wood stock looking nice. I'll just leave this one on there. And this is a loaded model. Yeah, I didn't take much thought and work in either. I have a few accessories it came with, but I won't really get into that. Just a range report, but it shot great too. So I'm real happy I got it. I've been wanting one for a long time. So, but all right, thanks for watching. See y'all later.